Good evening and welcome to Monkeys with Fire. How is everybody tonight? I hope you're all well. I hope you're all set for the weekend. Maybe doing a bit of hobbying, maybe a little bit of tabletop gaming. So if that is the case, then tonight we can get you started. We'll be playing a newly released game within the last couple of weeks, which was successfully funded on Kickstarter. We are going to be playing Veilwraith from All or Nothing Productions. Regulars to the channel will know, excuse me, that we played recently Shadow of Kilforth, which is done by All or Nothing, and we thoroughly enjoyed that game. And this is kind of a continuation. I'll set the story, give you an idea of the setting, and then you'll understand why. So let's set the scene then, hey? Okay, let's hope that my narration voice is up to scratch. I seem to have a bit of a frog in my throat, but here we go. And so the world ended. Ribbons of silver light weave their way through the veil, fleeting souls soaring through the ethereal fabric of what has been left behind. Fever in number with each passing moment. A colourless, shadowy realm engulfs the senses. As the silver ribbons fade into the impossible distance, terrible loneliness presides in this twilight of emptiness. Then, from nowhere, a voice. Indivisible from reality, melodic, languid, and utterly compelling. He has gone too far, the lady whispers. After what seems like eons, the realization dawns. She is talking to you. Veilwraith is a fantasy card game set after the end of the world, featuring deck-building elements for one player. Veilwraith is played over a series of games, or vignettes, which together make up a campaign. In each vignette, the player as the Veilwraith must collect 5 keys and defeat all of that vignette's foes, all whilst evading the watchful eye of the Archfiend. Once we have completed all of their objectives, the Veilwraith must race to reach the portal in time to escape back beyond the veil and win the game. So there we go. That's the setup. Sarah, are you ready? You are? Okay, let's bring you on in then. Good evening, Sarah.
Hello, hello.
How are you?
I'm doing all right.
Good. And I'll just do a shout out. Good evening, Paranoid. Welcome. Hope you're well. All set for the weekend? So, you feel like you have a reasonable grasp as far as how this game plays?
Yes, no, no, yes.
Let's go with yes, and then I'll help with any questions you might have.
Really pretty cards.
Really pretty
adventure.
Well,
There's
hey,
souls. You lose souls. That's what I've gathered.
you lose souls. Let's go to the table and then we can take a look at these pretty cards. Indeed, yes.
Has the guy with a skull on the cover of the box. I think I'm a fan anyways. you reeled me in with the skull.
With the skull. Well, yes, that's it. Fans of skulls, that most definitely. And yes, well, that is you. That you are the Veilwraith. So basically, the way that this game sort of fits into the sort of the Kilforth world is, of course, in both Gloom of Kilforth and Shadows of Kilforth, you are playing to try and prevent the gloom from taking over the entire land. Well, you've failed, and basically the land has gone into nothingness, and this is now where we are, which I think is a great sort of a story. It's like the epilogue, but we're still fighting. We're still fighting to try and keep the land, which is great. So because we are in this nothingness, everything is so dark, it's so black, and it's a wonderful style to the entire game, as you can see laid out. Now, I haven't actually set up the full game yet, and I thought I would walk you through the process because it's very, very easy. So basically, we start off with, we have 3 basic actions: explore, fight, and influence. And they are underneath a sort of the power level of where they are at this moment in time. So at the moment, our influence is at a power level of 3, fight, of course, is at 2, and explore is at 1. We play a vignette, which is essentially part of the campaign, and this gives us some instructions. So we're going to play the first one. This is the Lost Ruins, and it tells us that there is a Goblin King. Now, we are going to be fighting, or more to the point, you are going to be fighting and encountering various threats. And in this particular game, one foe, and the foe is the Goblin King. So what we've got to do is we've got to collect 5 keys, and once we have those 5 keys in our possession, we are then able to go to the portal, but we must have defeated the Goblin King before that time. Once the Goblin King is defeated, once we have the 5 keys, we go to the portal and we win the game. However, if we get to a point where our threat deck, which I'm going to be building up in a second, we get to the end of that deck, we then have to shuffle in the Archfiend. And should the Archfiend ever be played, it's game over instantly. All right? So let's go through the setup. And I'm going to just move this out of the way, just give myself a little bit of room.
Okay, but what if we befriend the Goblin King?
There's no befriending, I'm afraid. So we have 5 keys, and these are different keys of power. All really nice. So we randomize these keys. And we make ourselves 5 decks. I'm going to move that out of the way as well. We'll come back to that in a second. So we have 5 decks. The vignette tells us that the Goblin King is on deck 4. So we put the Goblin King just there. The vignette also tells us a number of threats that we are going to encounter. We have, and the number of threats. So we have the Enforcer. We then have the Fighter. The Goblin.
Well, hello, cards.
The Healer. And these are nice, big, tarot-sized cards. The Hob Goblin. The Mystic. The Pariah. Okay.
What was that second threat we encounter?
It was the Fighter.
Yeah, thought so.
Do you want to just linger on the Fighter just for a little bit?
Yeah, I just figured I'd ask what the second one was as a nicer way of saying, can we go back to that one?
Just yeah. Okay. Yeah. So now what we do is we shuffle
This is your miniature companies. That's what we want. We want some more of that versus the scantily clad ladies.
We want some scantily clad male fighters.
Yes, with butts.
With butts. we couldn't check the quality of his butt.
I feel it was juicy. I feel like that one was juicy. The art was good enough that they would have put in the effort.
Well, this is something that the artwork in Shadows of Kilforth was exceptional, wasn't it? And this has a similar style. It's just then has this dark theme about it, which is really, really nice.
It really pops with your tabletop.
Oh yes, well, yeah. It does jump out. So we've given those a bit of a shuffle. We've sorted that out.
Okay.
So
Oh, hey, Lawnor.
oh, hello, Lornor, hello, Roger. We're just setting up. Okay, so now what we do is we distribute these amongst the stacks. So it's all going to be even. So one put there, and there. So that's now even, and then there. We just go
Old
through
threat,
this.
but I feel like we should befriend one of them.
It's not really that type of game.
Yeah, but we could befriend the fighter. I'm just saying.
Okay, so here is pile 5. Pile 5 goes on the bottom. Pile 4 goes on top of that.
Oh,
Pile
Goblin King's
3.
in there.
Exactly. Okay, but Goblin King is in pile 4 somewhere, and in each of the piles is a key. Right? But you don't know, there's going to be 6 cards in each pile, but you will not be sure as to where the key is or where that Goblin King might be within the 4th pile, but you know it's obviously near the latter part of going through the deck. Excuse me. Okay.
I see chatting is going on.
Make her own rules as she plays. Yes, she does.
We can befriend the fighter because...
So it comes with a very handy sort of turn order, and this goes through everything we can do. So there are, in essence, 5 phases. The threat phase, draw phase, play phase, spirit phase, and end phase. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the motions for this first round, just to sort of show and explain what is possible. And then after that, I'm going to hand it over to you, Sarah, and you're going to make all the decisions, and I'm literally just going to be your hands as far as drawing cards up and telling you what's happening. But before we start, I don't feel that the table is thematic enough for this game. So hang on a second.
Uh-oh.
There we go. I think we
Oh,
needed
what?
more darkness. Okay.
The
darkness. All right. So here we go. Threat phase. Start of the round, abilities activate. Okay, we draw and play 1 threat into the threat area. So it literally is just drawing a card. And we have an enforcer. Once he is played, so as soon as he's drawn out, he does a grapple, and this would remove 1 power token from our fight action. We have no power tokens, which we get to add through the course of the game, so that doesn't happen, so that's absolutely fine. There's some symbols, so actually let's just go to the card here.
It is hard for me to see the symbols, just so you know.
But I will tell you exactly what they are. They are quite small. So it tells us that to defeat the Enforcer, we need to have a fight value of 3. Okay? If we do not defeat the Enforcer, by the time we get to the Spirit phase, we're going to lose 1 Spirit point. And that's essentially all we need to know about that card. All right? So we need to get to 3.
So the first number is we need how many to defeat him? How many of what?
3 fight. Okay. We'll come to that in a second, because now we go to the draw phase.
I was just writing it down to know that the left side is fight to defeat, and then right side is how many spirits we lose.
Yeah, you're correct, but the left side can vary. It might not always be fight. Okay.
Okay.
I will just remind you on each card as we go along. So we've done the threat phase. That's it. We have drawn a card up. We have, if there was any ability that needed to be played out, we would have done. There's none in this case. We go to the next phase, which is the draw. We draw a card from our memory. Okay, these are our abilities. This is the Memory of Redemption. All right. And what this does is it has a bonus of 2 to influence. Because I can see on the little symbol here, it is like the star symbol. It matches this symbol here. So I'm just going to put my card down here. All right. I can hold 6 cards. That is the maximum. One thing that you're able to do during the course of the game is you can combine 2 cards to boost one of your abilities. Of course, we can't do that at this moment in time. So we just have that card. It gives us a boost to our influence should we want to use that. So we've drawn a card. So now we go into the play. And this is the core of the game. This is where all the decisions are made. We can do these in any order. So we can play any number of our memory cards. So if we wanted to, we could play this card and we could increase our influence. The card has 2 and our influence is currently under the 3 values. That would mean we would have an influence of 5. But that doesn't suit our purposes right here and now, so we're not going to do that. It did explain, combine. We could combine 2 memories to basically add that power to one of our basic actions. We don't have another card, so we're going to skip that. Here's the interesting bit. We can tilt an action and add a power token to it. So what we could do is we could tilt a card and add a token. So that would be a +1 token. So at this moment, what that would mean is that this card now has a value of 3. Which of course is what we need to defeat the Enforcer. The problem is that once we actually do something with a card, be it a tilt or actually using the card, we cannot do another action with that card. And we've got to decide which cards do we use and in what order. So here's an interesting idea. Now I wonder.
So once we tilt it to add 1, we could still fight with it, right?
No, but that's the point, because we've done the tilt action to add the 1, and that's it. That card's been used. Let's just take that away for a second, because
so like next round we'd be able to fight him with it.
Exactly, yes. But let's take a look, because these 2 cards here, we know that we want to do fight because we want to use the fight against the Enforcer. You can use the card's action, as in influence, fight, or explore, but they also have a secondary action. So it's use influence action, or you can draw 1 memory. So by using this card, so it's the use action that we are doing. So how about if we're going to use a card, we move the card to a 90 degree, and that would allow us to draw up another card. So we're going to do that. We get a new card. This is the Memory of Heart. Allows us to use 1 additional available action. So that's interesting. Because we've done a use, we could not do another use, because you only can ever do it once. But this card now would allow us to do a use again on a different card that hasn't actually had an action played out on it. Now this is the core of the game. Whenever you use a card, that card goes down to power 1. And the other cards move along. Okay? So now we have the fight action at power level 3. But remember, we cannot use a card because we've used it. But we could play this card to allow us now to use the card and use the fight action against him. And this is the puzzle of working out what order you play your cards in and do actions with them, and whether you tilt them to give them a bonus, or leave them to one side and use them to pick up new cards to be able to move the order along so that you get the action in the right power level for you to be able to take out the threat. So knowing that now, I'm going to tilt this card on the Explore to give me a +1, because I know that I'm not going to use that card. Oh, but saying that, I could, instead of putting the +1... Oh, no, I can't, because... No, because I've used it, haven't I? Yes, so, yeah, I can only tilt that. So now I'm going to play this memory, which allows me to use an additional action. So I'm going to play that card, which allows me to use that card, breaking the rules slightly, but I have a power of 3, which means I take out the Enforcer. And so he is dead. And that, in essence, is everything that I can possibly do. So we then go to the 4th phase, which is the Spirit phase. If there were any cards out, depending on the value of those cards, we would lose that many points from our Spirit dial. Well, we've taken out all the adversaries, so nothing to worry about there. And
so they have a dial instead of the tokens?
Yes. So we're using a dial. So we start at 20. When we get to 0, we are dead. Okay, so we then go into the end phase. We discard any played memories. Well, we kind of jumped and did that already. Our actions reset. Okay, and then we start with a new round. That's how simple the flow of the game is. Right? It's not that difficult. The puzzle is using these in the right order and combining cards to be able to boost up the powers on those cards to be able to defeat the adversaries that are going to keep on coming out turn after turn after turn.
Once we use that Explore, does the +1 come off of it, or is that a permanent thing?
The +1 is there for as long as you've not had to use it. But as soon as you use it, it goes.
It's gone.
So for example, if the card that was up here required an Explore of 2, well, the Explore is on the 2 power level. So that means you didn't need to use that +1. So it stays. But say, for example, the card was a 3, then you would have to be using the 2 plus the 1, and hence that's been used, it gets discarded. So indeed, you can collect bonuses onto your cards and build them up, and that's what you're going to have to do for some of the larger
We get to
threats.
keep the change.
Exactly, yes. Oh, that's a good way of thinking about it. Yes, that's exactly it. All right. Right then.
Keep the change. Okay.
So we start round 2, right? Everything's been reset, and we draw up a new threat. And you have the Pariah. And the Pariah is, when we defeat the Pariah, we place the Pariah into our discard pile. Okay? So what's going to happen is, at some point, we may get to put our discard pile into our active memory pile. Gives us the possibility of picking the Pariah, which means that once he's drawn, he goes into the threat discard, and we basically lost the chance of being able to draw up a useful card. So he's a bit of a blocker. So he's there.
If we don't defeat him, is that a -4 on Spirit?
No. So basically, it's a -1 on the Spirit. But in order to defeat him, it's 4 influence.
Right. That's why I was just wondering how much we're going to lose.
Yes. well, we're not going to lose. We're only going to lose 1. But to defeat him right here and now, it's 4 influence. All right. But let's not worry about that too much. we now get to draw our memory card. So let's see what we get. The Memory of Home. So this is a +1 to our Explore. All right. I'm going to move that there. I'm going to just put those just there.
So
Okay.
even though those aren't for the same item, could I combine those two to make the intuition be worth more?
Right. So
Or do they have to be for the same thing?
No. So what would happen is combining your memories, you would take these 2 cards, and basically you would get a +1 token that you could place down on any of your actions.
Only +1?
Only +1. Right? But you might not want to do that because remember, the Memory of Redemption is a +2 to Influence.
That's what I thought. I thought that if you... Okay,
so at this moment in time, you could play this card onto your Influence, and that would give you 3, but you need 4 for him.
Right. We're not going to beat him, and I don't want to waste that card.
Okay. But what could you possibly do?
But instead of beating him, I can work on collecting points on those cards for the next fight.
This is true.
So for the threat, we did that. For the draw, we did that. So for playing, we're not playing any memory cards. But we can do the tilt action.
Yes.
So can we only do it to one thing, or can we do it to more than one?
You can only do it once. That's the puzzle. So you can only ever... You've got multiple things you can do, but you can only ever do them once.
Well, let's add it right now to intuition.
You mean
Let's
influence?
Tilt that one.
So
yeah.
Influence. So you're going to put that there, and
yeah.
you're going to add a 1 to it. Okay. So you have tilted. That's the action. The influence. Now remember, you can use a card, and that doesn't necessarily mean its ability as influence, explore, and fight. You can use it to draw up a new memory.
Let's use the middle one. Explore.
Okay. So you're going to...
Because then it'll trade spaces with that other one.
It will indeed.
And I get to draw a card.
So you draw a card. Let's find out. This is the Memory of Knowledge. Swap the positions of any 2 actions. Oh, that's interesting. But as you rightly say, that now moves those 2 cards. Because we've used that one, it goes down to 1. That moves up to 2. 3 stays there because it's not been affected by these 2 actions.
And now it's time.
Now, there's no... Well, this is it. Because you've used that card, right? You cannot now use an action against the pariah. So effectively, we go now into the spirit phase. He takes a hit at you. You lose a point. You're down to 19.
Ow!
All right. And then we go to the end phase, which means we
that wasn't
reset.
Nice.
We reset the cards. Okay, and we start the next round.
Come on, fighter. Come on, fighter.
You can see how sort of fast it can play. Because remember, this is a solo-based game, so you'd be just playing this at the table yourself. So here we go. We got a goblin. When we defeat the goblin, we remove him from the game. Oh, that's nasty. Do you remember when I told you that once we get through the deck, we would shuffle up the discard and put on in the Archfiend? Well, if he's defeated, he's removed from the game. It means that the deck is smaller. So it means the chance of the Archfiend coming out is greater. So to defeat him, he needs a fight of 4, and he will do 1 point of spirit damage. Okay? But remember, if you don't defeat both of them, that's 2 points of damage that are coming at you.
Oh, I thought that when we didn't defeat that guy, he just went in the one pile.
No. We've not defeated him yet.
Oh, poop.
This is this is it. These guys are going to.
But no, we can defeat him.
But you can defeat him now.
No, we can't. We only have 3.
Oh, hang on. Well, hang on. So you have a fight power of 3. He needs a 4. And for the pariah, you need to have an influence of 4. And you indeed have... you
3.
have 3 at the moment. Right? But you do have the Memory of Redemption, which would give you a +2. So you could play this card
Okay.
to defeat him.
Yeah. That's where we're at right now anyways.
Is that what you want to do?
Yes.
Are you sure?
No.
Okay. No, it's okay. It's okay. Remember, you'll be using this action. It means you cannot use the fight action. Okay? So it means you're going to get rid of the pariah, but the goblin is still going to be there. But to be honest, that's probably all you can do. Maybe you might want to tilt this one, right, and get that a +1.
Yeah, but I can't do that. That'll be after we do this. That's after the play.
Well, remember, you can. Yes, you're right. You can do your actions in any order. Okay, so you could tilt this first if you wanted to, but you can only ever do it once in this sort of phase. Right. Yeah. So, but I think you're aiming for the pariah. It doesn't really matter either way, does it? So.
No, but we're going to use the card with him.
So using the card, that's a +2 onto your influence, gives you a total of 4. That defeats the pariah, but the pariah does not go into the threat discard. He goes into your memory discard. Because we used a card which was +2 and then up to 4, we did not have to use the token. So the tokens remains. Keep the change. But that has now been used.
So now, let's tilt the 3 to give it a +1.
Tilt the 3 to give it a +1. Okay, done. And I've just moved those cards, because remember, you used influence. Influence has gone down to the 1 power. Explore's now gone up to 2.
If we use the Explore to get a memory, we would switch spaces again with the other one.
You can't use it because you've used this one, haven't you?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the choice.
Okay.
Right? So that would be the end of this particular round. We've got the goblin still out. You lose a point of damage. Down to 18. These now...
Did I say that, Baron? Also, hi, Baron. I tried to say, oh, poop, because I always say, oh, poop.
Good evening, Baron. Welcome. We were just starting off playing a game of Veilwraith from All or Nothing. This is a solo game, so Sarah's playing and I'm just acting as the hands. Okay.
He's already yelled at me and said I can't make friends with the fighter when the fighter shows up. We're not allowed to be friends with the fighter.
So now we have the Mystic. So the Mystic, when played, reveal threats until you reveal a key. Put the key into play, then shuffle and replace the rest back into the threat deck. So this is quite cool. So the Mystic is helping us here. So we now need to reveal cards until we find the key. There's an Enforcer. The Key of Sight. We're going to put that key over there, and I will explain what the key needs in a second. Well, we only drew 1 card, so we definitely know that the next card that's coming out is going to be an Enforcer. What does the Mystic require? The Mystic requires 5 influence. Okay, that's a lot of influence. If you do not defeat her, she does 2 points of damage.
We don't have any help for influence down at the bottom, right?
No, we do not. But you have the Memory of Knowledge. Swap the positions of any 2 actions. So you could swap influence to fight, and fight would go back. Now, that's an interesting...
Then it would only have 4.
True, you'd only had 4, but hey, you're closer to 5. Saying that, of course, at this moment in time,
we can fight that guy.
You can take the goblin out, yeah. So you might want to just leave that where it is. For you to be able to pick up the key, it requires an explore action of 6. Okay. You have a card, Memory of Home, and that has a +1 to explore. And your explore already has a +1 on it. Picking up the keys, of course, is imperative to completing the vignette. And also, a key does give you bonuses. There are 2 bonuses per key. You can only use them once. Once they have been used, they are exhausted, but they are bonuses.
Can I fight the guy and then use the swap thing?
You could, but remember, you would not be able to then use the other card in its new position.
Right. I could next time.
But you could next time, absolutely, yes.
So let's fight the guy. Let's get rid of him. Let's kill him.
All right, so you're going to use the fight action. That's a total of 4 against the goblin. So that now goes because you've had to use it. And the goblin card is removed from the game. That's been done. All right, next thing, what do you want to do?
So I can use the memory card and I can still tilt, or can I no longer tilt?
You can tilt. You can tilt. So which do you want to tilt? Influence or explore? Oh, and I should actually bring that down because that's been used. So that moves up. That goes there. All right.
What does my other card do?
So you have the Memory of Home, which gives you a +1 to explore. So
okay, and she needs
a 6, and you're at 4 at the moment. You could tilt this one to 5, and then with that card, you'd have 6. It does mean, though, that Mystic is going to be chewing away at your health. But you'd be able to get hold of one of the key cards.
Yeah, let's tilt that number 3.
Okay, so you're going to tilt the Explore. You're going to put an additional +1 onto it. All right. That's it, because you've tilted. There's nothing else you can do. So we get to the Spirit phase. She takes off 2. You are down to 16. We'll put her to there. We reset. Next round. Next card off the threat deck, which we of course know is going to be an Enforcer. So remove 1 power token from your fight action. Your fight action, thankfully, you have no power tokens on it, so it doesn't matter. So that's cool.
Take that.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, dilemmas. So
no, not dilemmas. We're going to use our memory to boost up that card and get the key.
Hang on a second. We have to draw up a memory card. So let's draw the memory card.
Okay.
And it is the Memory of Honor. And it gives you a +1 to your influence.
Good.
Okay. Excuse me a second while I just cough. So, Baron, is the artwork any better in colour?
You'd have to do that yourself.
Hang on a second, let me show you.
You can purchase the game and then color it in yourself.
There you go. So we're definitely playing into the fact of the darkness of the veil.
Kind of like it with the black and white, to be honest. With the black,
it does look cool, doesn't it? So yeah, just in case there was any confusion, the game is all in black and white, which is awesome design choice. All right, but let's go back to the veil.
Back to the dark.
Darkness. Right, so you have an Enforcer that requires an influence of 3, takes 1 spirit damage from you. You have the Mystic that requires an influence of 5. So, what do you want to do? And you have the key.
Well, we can't do 2 things at once.
You can't. No, you cannot use. You cannot use twice. But you can you can tilt to boost up a card, and then you can use a card. So that's what you can you can definitely do that.
We're gonna tilt a middle one. Influence.
Gonna tilt the influence to get you a +1. All right.
We are going to use our memory to get the key.
So you're doing the 3, 4, 5, and Memory of Home 6 to get the key, yes?
Mm-hmm.
So that card goes. These all go. That goes to level 1 because it's been used. Okay, and you now have the Key of Sight. So these are the 2 things that you're able to do with this card, and you can do this at any point in your turn. You can use the key to gain 1 additional use action. So remember how we used that card right at the beginning? That's how this would work.
But then we would lose it.
And then you will not be able to do it again. Okay? Or, and you can flip the card to add 1 power token to an explore action. Okay? Those are the 2 special abilities that the Key of Sight grants you. Once you've used both of those, it's exhausted. But you have still 1 key towards the 5 keys that you need for the portal.
Okay.
So it's
I thought maybe using those abilities would like lose the key.
No, you've got the key forever now, but you only get to use those 2 abilities once. That's it.
Okay.
All right. So then,
can we use them separately?
Yes. So you can keep that there. So I'll keep track of that. So you have used, you have tilted, and that is it, because there's nothing else you might want to play.
Can I ask a question? If you can't do it, that's fine.
Yeah, go on.
The cards are just a little fuzzy. Is there any way to focus a little bit better, or no?
If it's not, this is how it is, I'm afraid.
Because your hands are very focused. It's probably because cards are small.
The writing is quite small on these, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so that is the end of the round, effectively. You now lose 3 points of spirit energy. You are down to 13. Okay. You're going to have to get rid of these. They are killing you.
Oh, she's getting gone.
Yeah. So we then draw a new threat. Oh, it's another mystic. Oh my goodness.
We get to find a key though.
We get to find the next key, which is useful. They all require influence. Oh, so she requires 4 influence, but she only does 1 point of spirit damage. So there are slight differences within the cards, but yeah, we need to go and find the next key. So, there's your fighter.
Hey, friend.
There's a Hob Goblin. Another Hob Goblin. Another Hob Goblin. I did shuffle these. The Key of Love. So there we go. Put her just there. The Key of Love requires 4 explore. So we'll just shuffle these. Shuffle.
I was going to say, hey, you didn't shuffle the last time, but it was 1 card.
It was 1 card, exactly, yeah. So
you could have pretended. You could have just been like,
Okay. So
shook it around a bit.
So now we draw up a memory card for you.
Mm-hmm.
And it is Memory of Veil. And this gives you a +2 to explore.
Well.
Remember?
And she needs a 4 to be defeated?
She does, yes.
Okay. So,
but remember, the key does not take away any of your spirit energy. It's the threats that are taking it away. You need to get rid of these. Concentrate on these.
Okay. Well, we're gonna attack the baddie, the big one.
As in this mystic who's doing the 2?
Yeah.
Yeah. So she requires an influence of 5, and that's also something that is kind of nicely thematic in the game. Is that we're not actually fighting people all the time.
Well, I'm taking her out.
Well, we're talking to her, right? We're convincing her. You know.
Well, I'm taking her out doesn't mean necessarily that I punched her in the nose. It could mean we're going to Starbucks.
Exactly. So you are getting to talk to them. So that's a 5. So we lose those. This goes down to 1. These move along. That's been used. And the mystic goes. So there's only 2 left. Okay. Now you can tilt.
Bad, we can't tilt that one.
Now remember, you could use the special ability. Oh, all right. Hang on. Will it work? Oh, here we go. I'm trying to help you here. You'll see, because I can see stuff, can't I? Yeah. So you've got the special ability of being able to... Oh, but it won't work on that. No, because you've already used influence. It's because both of these require influence. You have a card that gives you a +1 to influence, and you have another card that allows you to swap positions.
Right.
So you could
I was thinking of doing that. I could swap them and then apply the memory to bump it up to 4 and take one of them out.
Yeah, but you can't do it in this round.
Why?
That's the problem, because you've already used the card.
No, I know, but if I swap that card with another one, I could do that right now.
No, because once you use an action, so you've used this, that's why it remains turned to 90 degrees. You cannot use that one again in this round, even if it moves to another power.
You're not allowed to move it?
You can move it. You can move it up to number 3, absolutely, but you will not be able to. But you will not be able to use it in this round.
No, but next turn.
Oh yeah, next turn. Yeah, absolutely. Yes. Of course, yes. So you're preparing.
This is why you get confused, because we're talking about 2 different time zones.
Yes.
I'm talking about tomorrow, but you're living in the past. This is why we don't do well at Fog of Love, Monkey.
It explains a great many things.
Other than backward hugs, this is why we're never on the same page.
Yes. No, absolutely. You could be preparing for the next round, of course.
Yeah.
You can. Yes. So is that what you want to do then?
Yes.
Okay, use that card. That's gone. That moves up to level 3.
And then...
Oh, hang on a second.
No, you just swap. Just 3 and 1 swap. 2 stays the same.
Exactly, yes. Sorry, yes. Just realised.
And then I would like to tilt number 2.
Tilt number 2, so that's the Explore. And the 1 goes onto that. Let's just move those down there. All right. I think that is good. Yep, I think we're good. Now, yes, that's it. Okay, so you lose now 2 points of spirit health. You're down to 11. And we reset. We then start a new round. We draw a new threat, and we know it's a Hob Goblin. When it's played, he harries. Shuffle your discard pile into your deck. So here's your discard pile. This now goes into your deck. If you remember, the pariah is in here. So now you have essentially a useless card potentially coming out in your deck. Well, that's no good, is it? All right. So there he goes. He requires a fight of 3, and he will do 1 point of damage for as long as he stays there. Let's draw up a new memory. It's another memory of Veil, which gives you a +2 to explore. All right. Over to you. What do you want to do?
We're going to fight the guy that only requires 3.
You mean the enforcer using your influence? Yeah? Okay. So
Yes.
that is used. Enforcer is gone. All right. What next?
I thought that you move it down because it was used.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Good, good, good. I'm glad to see that you're... Now, ooh, this is interesting.
We are going to tap the fight.
You're going to tap
Tilt,
the fight.
sorry.
Yeah, tilt the fight, yes. So you get a +1 on that. All right.
And I think that used up all of our actions.
It's used up all of your standard sort of actions, but there's something else that's now available to you. You could use your key. Remember, you cannot use influence and you cannot use fight.
Oh,
but
I
explore
could
has not
do
been
the
used.
1 extra and use it to get the other key.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that.
Yeah. So that is now getting used. You lose that. And let me just see. So to use an additional action, it's a turn. So she goes that way. So we know we've done that.
And then I had to use a memory to do that as well.
No.
Because it was 6.
No, it's no. This key. She's only 4. She's the one of the weakest keys to pick up. The key of love. Remember, they're not all the same. So she was a 4. So you will now have 2. So we'll put her there. So what is she able to do? So again, she has the use 1 additional available action, or add a power token to influence. That's what she does. So she's slightly different. She's slightly the same, but slightly different. Okay. That is pretty much the end of your sort of action phase. So you're now taking 2 points of damage. 1, 2. You are down to 9. We then bring these back round. We draw up a new threat card.
How much does that goblin need to be defeated?
He needs a 3 fight.
Okay.
All right. So you seem to be good for that. But let's take up a new threat. It is another goblin. And this goblin requires 4 fight. He has the Harry ability as well. So shuffle your discard. There's no discard. So we don't need to worry about that. But
that goblin.
Now we draw up another memory. It is the memory of might. So this is a +1 to your fight. That's come out at a useful moment. All right. What do you want to do?
Is anything add anything to influence?
You have 1 card. It gives you a +1 to your influence, and the Key of Love will give you a +1 to your influence as well. So
she needs 4 to be defeated?
She needs 4, yes. But remember,
I know.
Oh.
Shh, I got things.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm shushing.
Shush.
I'm shushing.
So one of my memories did add. Oh yeah, one of the memories did add influence.
Yes.
Okay.
And remember, you can combine cards to add a plus.
Mm-hmm. But
And
first, what we're gonna do is we are going to use the fight that's on the board to take out the goblin that needs 3.
Okay, so that's going to get used, which means that influence goes to there. That is gone. That goblin is gone.
And now what we're going to do is we're going to end up taking her out, but she needs 4, I think.
She does.
And do we have anything to add? Okay, so how much can we add to influence on memories?
So on the memories, you can use this card to add 1 to it. So you're up to 3 now.
Okay, so if we use the new key we have, both of the actions on that key to flip it around, that would give us the extra action to give that a +1 and use it to kill her.
Absolutely.
I mean, take her to coffee.
Take it to coffee. There we go. So that key has been
now
used.
That switches with the fight.
Comes back to there. Yeah. Oh, you look at you're definitely doing this now. There we go. All right.
And then we will tilt the final card and give it a plus, because why not?
Because why not? Awesome.
Although
stuff.
we couldn't have used it to get a memory. That would have been a use action. So tilting it was our only other action. Cool.
Exactly. Yes.
Aaron knows how to play this. Okay.
Yeah. No. Well, that's absolutely, that is working it through, seeing all the little advantages you've got, and making it to the best. But unfortunately, you're still taking 1 point of damage. You're down to 8. We then reset. So you can imagine if you were sat here at your dining room table playing this, you could actually be playing this real quick, couldn't you? You know, obviously because of Twitch and communicating, it's a little bit slower. So what do we have? We have a Hob Goblin.
Oh, hold on 1 second. Honestly, Baron, I wouldn't know because I only get like an iced chocolate mocha for myself. That's as far as my knowledge on fancy drinks goes. So I don't know what she would be because I don't know what any of those things are.
Are we talking about taking the Mystic out for coffee? Is that what it is?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Because I was like, I'd take her out. And I was like, oh yeah, it's coffee, not death.
Right, so the Hob Goblin harries us. It means this memory goes back on into our deck. So we're just going to shuffle. All right, done. The Hob Goblin requires 2 fight. Well, that's convenient. But anyway, let's get a new memory. Oh! It's the Pariah. Okay. And so that being the case, we discard the card. You have no additional memory card this turn.
But I do. Because
you
could
do, yes.
Oh no, because if I use that one to get a memory card, I cannot use the other one to then fight him.
Exactly, yeah.
So what we're going to do is we're going to take out the 3-powered goblin.
You mean the 2-powered goblin?
Oh, it's 2 or 4?
It's 2 or 4, yes. So you can only take out the 2, yeah?
We'll take out the 2-powered.
Yeah, so he is gone. Dead. But that has been used. That goes down to here. That goes there. Okay.
We can only tilt 1 thing, right? Or we can tilt 2?
You can tilt 1.
Okay, then let's tilt the middle one.
So the influence is being tilted. You're getting a +1. All
right, and then I lose health. Oh dear.
You lose 1 point of health. So it goes down to a 7. All right. We refresh. New round, new threat. Hey, do you want to just have a look and see who your threat is?
Get him out to coffee.
Yeah, okay, you're happy? So, When it's played, remove 1 power token from your influence action.
Hey, I just put that there. Rude.
Yeah, rude indeed. So that has gone. He requires 5 fight to defeat.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Draw up a new memory. You have the memory of knowledge. So
yes. Okay.
we know this one. Swap the positions of any 2 actions. All right. Over to you. So you've got the Hob Goblin at 4, and you've got the fighter at 5, and your fight is right down at the bottom. You do have the memory of might, which is a +1. So you could use the memory of knowledge to swap fight and explore. Gets that
And then
up to
use
4
my
points.
card to
Use
get...
the card for a 5 to take out the fighter.
Yeah, but I can't do that right now. I don't have an extra use. Oh no, I haven't used anything yet.
No, you wouldn't be using it because you'd be using you'd be playing a card. It's not using. You're playing a card. And you can play.
So yeah, so we would switch those.
So do you want to? Should we do that? Because I think that seems probably the best.
Yeah. So we need to switch it to make it a 3.
Switch that. So that goes to here. That goes to there. Okay. Then you have. Okay. No, you can't take him out. You could take the Hob Goblin out. Because you can then use this card that gives you the +1. So you're at 4. The only other way, if you wanted to take the fighter out,
I could put her together, and but I think that's probably more powerful. Those 2 are more powerful on their own.
They're very powerful, and they are both explores, and the keys
+2s,
require
right?
Yeah, both 2s. That's 4 points of explore value, and the keys require you to explore.
Let's just take out the goblin.
Yes, I think that's probably a good idea. So the goblin is gone. We've used that memory as well, and that is used. That goes down to here. So there we go.
Let's tilt the right one.
So the influence is tilted. Mm-hmm. You get 1 point there. That pretty much seems to be everything, doesn't it?
Oh no, he hit us.
Oh, 6 points. You don't mind so much him.
Oh no, he gave us a spanking. Whatever shall we do?
Behave yourself. Right. So
well, then you tell the company not to make pretty people on their cards.
it's equality of pretty people. A healer. Okay. When she's played, you gain 1 spirit. You're up to 7. Some good fortune.
What happens when we take her out to coffee?
Right. Well, here we go. Oh, this is very convenient. So she requires an influence of 4. Well, you have influence of 4.
What?
Right. And when you take her out to coffee, she gives you another health point. The downside is, of course, that the fighter will then take it away.
Unless we get a memory card that prevents that.
This is true. Let's find out what memory card you get. The memory of heart. Use 1 additional available action.
Well
then.
But we can't take him out, though, because we don't have the fight power to take him out.
No.
We'd only have 2.
You 2
for
three,
him.
Three at most. You'd be able to.
Yeah.
Get. That's a shame, but hey, you never know. We might be able to just continue along on our fingernails near enough.
Let's go ahead and take her out to coffee.
All right. So you're going to use 4 influence. That goes there. That moves down. She is out to coffee, and she gives you an extra 1. That is 8. What would you like
and
to
then
do?
we're going to tilt the fight.
Tilting the fight. 1 under that.
And now we lose a point again.
Yeah, that's it. So that is the end. So point goes down to 7. These reset. New round, new card. Another healer. So you're up to 8. Remember, well, here we go. There are 3 healers in this entire deck. So we've met 2 of them.
Yeah, but she's going to take a thing back away from us because it's the end of the turn. Oh, no, it's a new... Never mind.
It's a new day, so we gained extra 1. We now draw up a memory. And this is Memory of Redemption. We seem to have recycled a lot of our old cards here. So this gives you a +2 to influence. So...
How many do we feed him?
You need 5 fight for the fighter.
Crap.
And you need 4 for the healer. And you have the memory to use an additional action. So, and he has a +2. So yes, you're down just by 1 point on both of these, aren't you?
So I guess that we will use the Explore to get another memory.
Okay. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Okay. So that is being used. Fight goes up to there. Influence goes there. That has been used. You get a new memory card. Memory of Blood. This is +2 to fighting.
So that's what we need for next time.
Well, remember, hang on. Fight has now gone, is now at 4. Yeah? You could use your Memory of Heart to use 1 available action. You could use that along with this card. You could take out the fighter.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, so...
But then I get to keep the change.
You do get, because yes, 2 and 3 is the 5. The change is not being used. So that's been done there. That's been used. Fighter,
now that'll bring that up to a
gone.
3.
Yeah, you see, here's the puzzle now. So...
But now I get to tilt it.
So you've used that card to use the 1 of additional action as well. But hang on a second. Oh, we already...
No, I don't have an extra go.
Yeah, we've already... Yeah, oh.
So let's tilt it.
So tilting that, I thought we had an additional 1. That's such a shame.
No.
But we're close, but we nearly got there. You see how these cards, you can sort of combo them and get them all to work together and do some really awesome sort of actions. Okay, so we've tilted that. We've exhausted everything we can do. That being the case, she now takes a point off you. Reset everything. Move her along a little bit. Draw up. So new round, new card. Oh, it's the Pariah. He does 2 points of damage every turn. Okay. He requires 1 influence to defeat. Oh, that's tough.
What's our memory?
What's the memory? The memory is the memory of home. You got a +1 to your Explore. So I'm putting all your Explore cards together here. So you've got a 5 value in Explore in the bank waiting.
Technically 6.
Yeah, well, and depending on where it actually is on the sort of the power track as well. Okay, so you require 1 influence for the Pariah and 4 influence for the healer.
Right, but she only hurts us one every turn, so we're gonna take him out.
Take him out. Yeah, it's a shame, isn't it? So you keep the token, but of course you don't get the change from the actual power. So that goes there, that goes there, he goes there. So he's gone. Okay. What would you like to do next?
Let's tilt the fight.
Tilting the fight. Add another.
Lenore. Oh, you.
All right. And so I don't think there's anything else to be done. So we lose a point. We're down to 6. We reset these and draw up
I could have used
threat.
one of those cards yesterday, Lenore.
Oh, it's another fighter.
Hello.
And remove 1 power token from influence. Gone.
Oh.
He requires a fight of 4.
I was about to say, well, then he's gone.
Well, you could, absolutely. But let's find out what your memory card is. Memory of Knowledge. Swap the positions of any 2 cards. And that is your 5th memory.
So, we're going to kill him.
You're going to take him out straight away?
Yep, taking him out.
Gone. That's done.
My puppy is talking in his sleep.
He's gone. Okay.
Oh, he stopped.
What next?
And then we're going to use the memory, so that way we keep that open. And we are going to swap the 2 and 3 space.
So those are going to swap. And you're using
that
card. Yep.
And then we're going to tilt the number 3 spot.
Tilting that. Putting a 1 on there. All right. This looks good to me, but you do
Brings
lose
us down to 5.
Down to 5. So close. All right, here we go. The Enforcer. Remove 1 power token from your fight action. Well, thankfully, no power tokens, so that's all good. He's going to do 1 point of damage, but it requires 4 influence. Now, if you take out the healer right now, I should have reset.
It'll just cancel out his.
Yeah, because she will give you an extra point. But first of all, let's draw up your memory. Memory of Honor. It's a +1 to your influence.
Yeah, I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna take him out, I guess.
Him or her. They both do the same damage, don't they?
No, but we're gonna take out him.
Him, all right. So losing that, influence goes down here. He is gone. All right.
We will tilt fight.
Tilting fight. Okay, that's pretty much it. Down to 4. New round. These come back round. New threat. Aha! A little bit of a breather. It is the Key of Power. She requires 5 explore.
Yep.
All right. So she goes there.
Oh, I don't have a do 2 uses, do I?
Here's your memory card. You have Memory of Might. That's a +1 to fight. So you are now at the extent of your memories. So the next memory card you get, you would have to discard one of your cards.
And I can't use the memories just to put a token on them, can I?
No, when you use them, that's it. It's done and gone.
Then let's use what I need to get the key. Then might as well.
Yeah, because you can't.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's see. Let's get the key.
Yeah, if you used up your cards as opposed to using up the token, so you would have 3, and you need 5. Well, that's only going to actually be using one of your cards, but at least it's taken a bit, making a bit of breathing room, hasn't it? So,
Can I use that one and the bridge one and just keep my change?
well, remember it's free. It's free. She's 5. No, because remember that card is 2, isn't it? So you've got 3. There's one card that's 2. You can't use the one card because
Okay.
yeah, you're breaking the rules. Can't do that. so that's gone there. But remember, getting this key card now gives you the ability, doesn't it?
Right. So, because I assume that it's plus an extra move.
So it's use an extra action, available action, and it's a +1 to fight. Okay.
Okay. Well, can we first move the cards?
Yep. So explore has been used. So that comes to here. That's there.
Don't I lose the token or no?
No, because you did the card. So the card gave you the 5. You can do this. If you use that card, you can get rid of her as well.
Okay, that's what I was about to say. Because she needs 4, and we have 2, but do I have enough to bring it up to 4?
You've got 2 here. So yes, there you go. You could use the Memory of Redemption, which takes it up to 4 by using her. Use an additional action.
Yeah, let's do that.
So she goes.
And then what is her bonus for? What does that one go to? Her flip over power.
Yeah, her bonus is +1 to fight. So that has been used. Healer has been taken to coffee, which gives you an additional point. So you're up to 5. Sorry, that influence then goes down to 1, doesn't it? There we go. It's the most recent one being used. We did
and then let's tilt the fight.
And you're going to tilt the fight, adding a 1 to it. All right.
Yeah, I think I'm understanding the game.
You're not doing too badly. I think it's all coming together. So I'm just making sure I get everything done. So you've got 3 of the 5 keys. The deck is getting pretty thin, so we might be close to getting to the end. Just remember, that 5th key could be card 1 of that 5th deck, couldn't it? There again, it could be card 6, but hey-ho. Right. New round. It's another fighter. The fighter requires 4 fight. It would take away 1 token from your influence. Thankfully, you don't have any. So we draw up your memory card. Ooh, Memory of Creation. This gives you a +1 to your health. You can use this card whenever you like. You could use it right now.
Using it now.
Yeah, I think so. So it takes you up.
And then we're going to take him out to coffee instantly as well.
I think you can, can't you? So you would lose 1 of your fight tokens. Or, well, here we go. Do you want to use the fight token or do you want to use your card? Because you could keep the tokens on there, couldn't you? You could use the card instead.
I'd use the card then if I'm allowed to.
Yeah. So use the card. That gets you to the 4.
And then that gives me more room to collect cards.
Exactly. So those go there, that goes there, that goes there.
We're going to tap number 2.
Gone. You're going to tap number 2.
I mean, it's tilt, but I keep calling it tapping because it's how you tap your mana. Exactly. You know what I mean.
I know exactly what you mean. That was it, wasn't it? That's been done. Yes. Everybody's happy, right? Nothing, no spirit damage to be taken. So these come back on round. Okay, new turn, new threat. It's the pariah again. The pariah requires a influence of 2, and he does 2 points of damage. Well, I think you're going to be good for this. But let's find out what your memory is. Your memory is the Memory of Blood, +2 to your fighting.
Ooh.
Okay.
So take him out.
Take him out. So straight away, Influence is done. That goes there, that goes there. He goes into your discard. Okay.
Tap. Don't. Oh, he doesn't get shuffled in. He just goes over there.
He just goes over there for the time being.
Okay, there was a different card that shuffled. Okay, let's add to fight again.
Add to fight. Yeah. Oh, I think you. Oh well. Fingers crossed. I think you're doing all right here. Nothing to take energy from us. These come back round. See, once you get rid of them, you get some breathing room, don't you? A healer. So she instantly comes out and gives you some health. You're up to 7. She's the last of the healers, if you remember. There was only 3 in this vignette. So she requires 5 influence. You have a card that gives you a +1.
Let's get a memory card first.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Got a card of +1. You got a bonus of +1 on the actual card. But your memory card is the Memory of Home, which is +1 to explore. Which unfortunately.
Okay, so which cards give me influence?
Just this one, Memory of Honor. You get a +1.
All right, so that would put us up to 3.
Yes.
And then if we flip over one of my keys, that should give me another.
No, because the keys are giving you a +1 to fight and a +1 to explore.
Oh, I thought I used up the Explorer one.
No.
Oh.
No, it was the other card that you used up, which the other card, it was the Love card, which gave you the +1 to...
Okay, so the Bridge card, what is that one?
These are to your Explore.
Yeah, but how much? 1 or 2?
You've got 1, there's another 1, and then you've got a 2. So you've got 4 in Explore.
So I could use those 2 1s to create an extra
Yes, you
influence.
Could. Yes, you could.
I'm going to do that. So that way we can get rid of her right now.
Okay, so there's a +1. So now you're at 3. If you use that card, that is now 4.
Yeah.
But hang on a second. Hang on. Because she's 5. You need 5. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3, there's 4. You'd need to get rid of 2 more cards.
Oh, but those ones are too good.
They're kind of good in what they do, yes. But it depends.
So, all right, so we're just going to hold on to those cards.
Okay.
And then what we're going to do is we are going to use the fight card to get us another memory card.
Okay. So you're going to use that card. That would go here. That goes there. Get a new memory card, which is the Memory of Redemption. Gives you a +2 on your influence. Okay. So typical. It comes out when you need it, but there we go.
Okay.
But you cannot do another use because...
So let's tap.
You might as well tap the influence.
Yeah, tap the influence.
Done. Okay. And unfortunately, then you lose a point. These come back round. Move that to there. New threat card. It's the Mystic. Well, the bonus of this, of course, is that you're going to find out the next key, aren't you? So we reveal. Oh, the Goblin King comes out. And then it's the Key of Light. So the Goblin King is your next adversary. The Key of Light requires an Explore of 8. Right? Maybe aren't you glad that you kept hold of those Explore cards? So in fact, you are at 4 at the moment, and your cards, you could use all these cards to get you up to 8 to get that Key of Light. Which, of course, the Key of Light would then allow you to then use another action.
It would, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, let's get that Key of Light.
Okay, so we are at 4, plus these cards, That's another 4. That's the 8 that we require. That explore has been used. That goes down. That goes there. We now have a key of light.
How much damage? I know she does 1. How much damage does the Mystic do?
But they're both at 1.
Okay. And then...
Your influence is at 5. You require 5 for the healer or 3 for the mystic. You could use your cards. You could use this card to add to the 3 to get to remove the healer, meaning that your tokens could stay on the card.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah? So you're going to use the key of light. So we're tapping another card here.
What does that one add to? That one adds a +1 to what?
Right. Well, actually, if you flip it, you get to draw an additional memory card. So it might be worth using both of its abilities just right now.
I'm going to say do that.
Yeah? So we flip that card. Let's get a new memory out.
It's going to be that Joker one. Oh, okay.
Here we go. Memory of Cold. So you could play this card and ignore a spirit cost minus of threat this round. So you would, as opposed to losing the 1 memory from the Mystic, you would just ignore it. That could be quite useful.
So yeah, let's take or should we take out the Mystic first?
The Mystic only requires 3 influence.
Yeah, no. So let's take out the other one.
Yeah. So what we said we're going to do is you're going to use influence. You had 3. You needed 5. So it was using this card to plus the +2. So that goes on to there. Those have both been used, right? And now the healer is gone, but she gives you 1 health. You're up to 7.
Which is just going to end up going away again. But let's tap the only card that's tappable.
Well, hang on. You could use this card and means that she doesn't take any damage.
True. Let's do that.
Yeah. So let's. We're so close.
Or should we hold on to that because we might? Okay. Yeah. Just hold. Let's do it.
It's not one of those games. You might as well save it now. Yeah.
Like, tap the fight.
Right. And so tap the fight. Because, hey, you got the Goblin King coming up now. And maybe the Goblin King requires fight. So hopefully you're in a good position.
We've known that if we looked at it longer, but that's all right.
Yeah. So here we go. Start of new round. It's going to be the Goblin King. What does the Goblin King require? Ooh. So he is the foe. He is the sort of the big bad that you need to take out in order to complete this vignette, okay? So, once you defeat him, you get to gain 2 power tokens that you can put down on any of your actions. That's quite cool. But, you require to... Now, this is actually interesting, because is it either or? I've got to check the rules here. Because it's either a 6 of influence or a 6 of fight. Let me just double check.
Or is it an and?
Yes, here we go. So multiple threat values with symbols. If there are multiple threat values with the star symbol, all of these threat values must be defeated using separate actions to defeat the threat. So multiple threat values may be defeated in any order and even over multiple rounds.
Okay, so like I can take out the fight portion.
So you can do the fight portion now, and then you would have to come and do the influence portion in the.
Let's see what my memory is first, because maybe we'll get an extra turn.
This is true. This is true. So okay, so we've got both of those. When you defeat him, you get a +1 to your spirit tokens, but if you don't defeat him, he takes away 2 per round. All right. But okay, let's look at your memory. Your memory is Memory of Cold. It's another one, so you could play that card and not. You'd save 1 spirit point. Okay.
Only one or
Only
nothing?
one.
I
Only
thought that
one.
it was one of them wouldn't hurt us.
In the last round, you only had 1 person doing damage to you, and that being the case, there was no damage done. But here, this guy's going to take away 2, and potentially you've got 3 there. So that just saves you 1 point.
Well, we're going to take away part of his thing.
So you're going to do 6 points of damage. Now, it's up to you, because you do have the Memory of Blood card, so you could save some of your tokens. And that's a +2, and you also have the Key of Power, which gives you a +1. So in fact, you could use those 2 cards.
And save all my tokens? Let's do it.
Save all the tokens, yeah. So lose that. Turn her over. These are saved. Let's move those. They go down to here. Okay. And we know we've taken out the fight aspect. All right. So that has been done.
We're going to tap the middle card.
Tap the middle card, giving you a +1.
And then let's save 1 health.
And
so that way I only lose 2.
Use that card, and you're going to lose 2 health. You're down to 5.
Okay, go.
Just a reminder, you have 4 of the 5 keys now.
Uh-huh.
Next card. It's the Hob Goblin. He harries you. You have to shuffle your deck. Well, you had 3 cards left in your deck, so that's not too bad. But you now have the potential of the Pariah coming out at some point, which was going to kind of happen anyway, wasn't it? Let's hope it's not too soon. Shuffle. Okay, we'll just split. There we go. Done. Right. Goblin's out. He requires a fight of 2. And he's going to take 1 point of damage. All right, your memory card. Here we go. It's the Memory of Veil. It gives you a +2 to your Explore. I should re-tap these, shouldn't I? Or reposition them. All right. So
we need to take out the goblin.
You need to take out the Hob Goblin.
No, the Goblin King.
Goblin King, yeah, I was going to say. So the Goblin King is a 6. How can you take out 6 when you've only got... Oh, but hang on, you've got the card. 2, 3, 4, 5, plus the card is 6. So you could take out the Goblin King.
What we're doing.
That's what we're doing. So that's gone. These are gone. That goes to here. That goes there. Goblin King is dead, which I assume means we take him out of the deck. You get a +1 for doing so. And you get to gain 2 power tokens. So where would you like 2 power tokens to go?
On the Starburst.
On the Starburst. All right. Done. You now have...
Now we're going to tap number 3.
Tapping number 3. Done. These move along.
Okay.
You're gonna
now I lose 2 points.
2 points. You're down to 4. Ooh, it's close. It's close. You've taken out the foe. You have 4 keys. All you require is the last key. Is this going to be the last key? It's not. It is another goblin. So he's going to do 2 points of damage. Ooh, Oh, 2 points of damage if he's not defeated. There's 4 points of damage. This could be the
He'll
end
be
of the game.
defeated, but what's our memory?
What is your memory? And you need 4 fight to kill him. All right, but what's your memory?
Yeah, we're good.
Here we go. It's the memory of home. We've done this one before. It's a +1.
All right, we'll take him out.
So you can do fight of 4. You've got plenty here, haven't you? So you have to use up 2 of your tokens to take him out. He goes out of the game because he's a tricksy goblin. That moves here. That goes there.
Let's tap number 3.
Tapping.
Wait, how many does she need to be defeated? Just 3, right?
3. She needs 3 influence.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, tap that one. Give that one an extra point.
Done. Okay.
Put me down 2. Okay.
So you're down by 2. 1, 2. You're at 2 points. 2.
Yeah. Just keep going. Okay.
Fret. It's another goblin. He requires a fight of 4, but he only does 1 point of damage. Let's look at your memory. It's the memory of cold, so you get to ignore 1 point of damage that comes at you. We should put these back round. Okay. Who are you going to take out?
Her.
So you lose 1 there, but you've got the 3 that was required, so that goes to there. The mystic is gone.
We're gonna tap the 3 lines. So number 3.
You're gonna tap the explore.
And we're gonna not lose 2 damage. We're only gonna lose 1 damage.
You're gonna play that card to just lose 1 damage. You're down to the 1 point mark. Oh, we reset.
No, I need the key.
Reset. Is this going to be the key? Is it? It's the pariah. The pariah requires an influence of 3.
Depending on the memory, I think I've died.
It's the memory of cold, so you get to negate 1 point.
Which one of those things takes the highest number of fight to kill?
The goblin at 4.
Do I have anything to add to fight?
No. You're gonna, there's nothing you can do. You're gonna take 2 points of damage.
And then that guy on the left takes how much to kill?
He takes 2. He's 4. He takes 3 influence. You got nothing to boost.
All right, let's take out the goblin that we can afford to take out.
Yeah, so those 2 go. That goes there.
But then I would have enough
Goblin's
influence
gone.
to take him out.
That's done. You're going to... You'd use that card.
The card, hold on. The card's down there for the Explorer.
Yeah.
How many points do they add?
3.
So technically I can add 4 to that if we use my card on the right-hand side. So if a key comes up, I should be able to afford it.
Oh, I think you'd easily be able to afford...
So let's tap the influence then.
Tap the influence, okay.
And then use that so I die.
So you would use that card. You'd only take 1 point of damage, but you're dead.
Okay, but what's the next one? What's the next card?
Do you really want to know?
Yeah. If we just played one more turn, how would it play out?
It's the Mystic. And she's doing 2 points. So wow, the very last card is the key.
Ah, crap. I almost made it.
You almost made it.
Oh, crap. Okay.
It's
too late to play again.
So once you played once you got the final key, we would have put the portal into play. After After all 5 keys and foes are defeated, to defeat the portal, use the vignette's explore value. So the explore value is free. So all you would need is an explorer free. She needed 7. So you had more than enough to be able to do that. And then hit in your cards, you could do the explore the very next round. Yeah. So you definitely had enough value points to be able to gain the key and to leave. You just didn't have enough health for these guys.
I think I figured out how to play this really well. Enough so that we should play it again.
Oh.
I mean, of course not tonight, but because it was an hour and a half to get this far, and I don't think that I can do it all again in 30 minutes.
No.
But I think I picked up enough on the rules to do it.
Yes, no, most definitely. Okay, so what do you think?
Yeah, no, I want to play it again.
You want to play it again?
Yeah.
It is good.
I mean, I think that's a pretty review of a game. Good review of a game. If you're like, okay, but when can I play it again?
Yeah.
I get it. I want to play again.
Good. Well, so in the game, there are 5 vignettes. There are more threats for you to face. Each vignette has a different selection of threats, a different sort of boss that's amongst them, maybe even multiple bosses. What's really, really cool is that if you complete a vignette, you are able to upgrade your memory cards. So this is like the deck building aspect of the game. So basically, these are all level 1 memories, and once you complete, you're able to upgrade a particular memory to level 2. And so as you progress through the different vignettes, you are getting more powerful as the game goes on. But of course, as the adversaries are getting more powerful as well. But you definitely, you got to grips with, I'm going to play this to move that down there because that's going to move this up here, and I can tap that to be able to then use it for the next one. You absolutely had that. So yes, I think next time we play, you'll be straight on into it, won't you? But
yes.
When we do it, we will be playing from Vignette 1, because you can't go on to 2 until you've done 1.
I liked it.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you did. Yeah,
it's a really pretty game, and I picked up on it. I think you helping me with this was a lot easier to learn how to play than the video I watched.
Right. Okay. Well, good.
I don't know why, but it just is. I think it's just the way that I learn.
Yeah, I mean, we've discussed it before, haven't we? That of course, if you were sat at the table here, it's so much easier. There's obviously, it's a little bit harder because you can't quite see everything here. But yeah, you do incredibly well, and yeah, you've got it. So you understand how the mechanics play out, the little puzzle that you're playing. So yes, next time I think we'd breeze through it very, very quickly because you'll know exactly what you want to do. So there you go. That is Veilwraith.
Liked it. It was good. It's pretty. It's pretty. It was fun and it was intense, and I want to play again, please, and thank you.
There is an expansion pack for it. I think it's called Absolution, and in that it has a whole stack of cards. As I say, the core game has 5 of these vignettes. I think Absolution has 15, so you can really, really go for it. And a whole host of new threats and they're called foes. The bosses are the foes. So there's a whole additional group of foes to be able to add on into the game as well. So you can really expand it. But I think it's the first time we've actually done a solo-based game, because typically, we do 2 players or greater, don't we? So this is quite neat that this is a type of game that you can play when you've got nobody else to play with, when you have an hour or so, and you just want to have a bit of a sort of a brain teaser, I guess, then this is a nice puzzle to try and crack.
Right, but you didn't say when we were playing it again.
we will give it a couple of weeks, and then yes, we will definitely come back at it and see if on your second attempt you are able to conquer the Lost Ruins. All right, thank you so much for playing, Sarah.
Thank you for having me to play.
You're very welcome, and I guess we will see you next time.
Do we have anything coming up next week special for stream? Is next week the final of?
We've not got any finals, but we do have something special next week. But I guess you will find out about it during the course of the week. So
Okay.
another game to check out. And of course, for miniature painters, we do have Wednesday is the final of the June Community Challenge. So we will be doing our revealing presentation. That doesn't sound quite right, does it?
That's what I was thinking. That Wednesday was when we reveal that. So that's why I was wondering if next week had something. So I was right.
Yes. So on Wednesday, it's for the mini painters community challenge. We'll get to see everybody's work. I finished mine today, and I have to just do finishing touches over the weekend. So that's the plan.
He is talking to you in his sleep. I don't know if you could hear it.
Was that what the high-pitched screech was?
Yes, that's him.
Excellent. Right. Thanks, Sarah. Have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you on Monday, no doubt.
Okay. Bye.
Bye-bye. And our thanks to Sarah for playing Veilwraith from All or Nothing Productions this evening. That was intense. Literally, is it 3 cards? 3 cards, and we would have completed the game. Maybe better luck next time. We'll see. But until then, bye for now.